Today we're catching some sun and waves with Jorgen, a QHS member whose life is as vibrant and refreshing as a seaside breeze. What currents brought him to the sunny shores of the quantum shift? Let's surf behind the scenes to see the waves he's been riding.
Hey, my name is Jørgen from Denmark. Now it's my turn to tell my story, and I have been looking forward to so I can always go back and see an amazing development in a time where we are reading new history. And if I can just help someone on my path to complete healing, to more joy and love in life, I would be grateful. Let me start by telling you a little about my grandparents. My grandfather on my father's side was a harbor worker, and my grandmother looked after the house and the 9 children. They live in harsh conditions but never lack food. They were all born and raised in Denmark in Jutland. I remember very little about my grandparents. I have found memories of holidays in the countryside with one of my aunts. Denmark belongs to the Nordic culture. Denmark is a part of Scandinavia, together with Norway and Sweden, where we share common history and language and the heritage from the Viking. My grandfather on my mom's side was a grocer, and my grandmother looked after the home and 6 children. I believe they live in better condition than my father's family. And my grandmother was very Christian and seemed very strict compared to my grandfather. They were also born and raised in Denmark in Jutland. I love going on holidays with my grandparents. Used it almost as a retreat, and I think I had my first holiday on my own at the age of 13. Both my parents were born in the 30s. They grew up during the World War II, and the years coincided with the post-war period and the rebuild of society. They both live in small towns in Jutland, and later when they had children on Fyn. I was born in the late 60s and grew up in Denmark on Fyn with my older brother and sister, who are about 2 and 5 years older than me. My father was trained as a grocer and later started his own haulage business, transporting food and furniture. My father while we were growing up, always leave very early in the morning and come home very late in the evening. My mom is trained as a pharmacist, but looked after the house and us 3 children, and helped my dad with customer calls and accounting. And she had various jobs while we were growing up. They both worked very hard and lived frugally. Fortunately, my mom was at home when we were young, and I remember the time when we were served breakfast and listened to morning radio before going to school as a very good and safe time. My parents was both part of the Danish People Church, which is Denmark's largest religious community and belongs to the Evangelical Lutheran faith. My mother was, from her family, very Christian and strictly brought up compared to my father. My parents both passed away in 2012. I grew up in the 70s and 80s, which was a period of significant social, cultural and political change in the country. The 70s were characterized by welfare state, gender equality, environmental awareness, equal pay for women, youth rebellion with alternative lifestyles and collectives, economic uncertainty, focus on energy savings and interest in the environment. Based on spiritual science, the 70s and 80s can be seen as a period of significant spiritual and moral developments, reflecting a major transition in humanity consciousness and evolution towards a more human and loving world order. As a child, I didn't feel home on this planet. I felt like an outsider and very different. I was born with the knowledge that this is an illusion. I saw, heard and felt things that were considered a weird imagination. As I remember, at the age of 7, I tried to do what is expected of a boy, but with inner frustration. I didn't listen to my heart, and this is where I believe my imbalances started. My parents did everything they could. I always had a roof on my head and food to eat, was supported in what I wanted, and had a fair amount of freedom. I never saw my parents hugging or showing their love for each other. And at a very young age, I didn't understand why they were together. At the age of 10, as I remember it, I was looked after by my cousin, who was an electrician and electrical engineer. He had a Bachelor of Science. Here I knew I wanted to be like my cousin and self-employed like my father. And that's how it turned out. I started working at a petrol station at the age of 12 and worked there a lot, probably 4 to 5 days every week after school, until I started my apprenticeship as an electrician. I drank my first cup of coffee and had a puff of my first cigarette at the age of 7, and smoked daily at the age of 12 and drank coffee every day. And worst of all, living in constant stress due to a troubled mind and not listening to my heart. I also remember being on holiday at my grandmother's house when I was 13, where I met the first girl who was in love with me, and I had my first kiss. She was older than me, and I was very shy and couldn't show my feelings, even though deep down I was interested, but I couldn't admit it. I went my own way at school and felt different. I was bullied, but to a limited extent. I was mostly with people older than me. I lived with a woman for part of the time when I was stuttering, but I always knew I shouldn't have children and didn't really understand that someone could stand in a church and promise each other till death do you part. I had therefore never been married, but engaged, but since it would not be us. I look forward to be with someone who is my best friend, someone I can be intimate with, someone where we are on the same wavelengths and give each other the space we need to develop in the direction we want. Where we will live together, time will tell. My first injury, as I remember, was at a very young age when I was on holiday with my aunt on a farm where I jumped off the hayloft and my big toe hit a dung pit. And as I remember it, it bled a lot. At the age of 12, I was headbutted by a grown man, and I think my nose broke and have been crooked ever since. I have always had a hard time keeping my mouth shut if I feel something is unfair. And I got that from my mom. The next injury was at the age of 16, when a car crashed into my moped and I broke my left tibia. Probably my first big cry for help, because I was very confused about life, and then I know today the universe will put me down. Shortly afterward, foolish as I was on the back of a moped with a cast on my leg and fell off. It has since left me with a weak left knee. In the late 80s, I woke up one day in the hospital with no memory, and I was told I had hit a lorry. My left wrist was broken, and I had bent my steering wheel almost 90 degrees with my nose. This was probably my second big cry for help, and I was again very confused of life, and again I got great help from my guardian angels, as I see it today. After graduating as electrical engineering with a Bachelor of Science in the early 90s, I got a job in Jutland, and for the first 2.5 years I worked almost around the clock and was morbidly stressed. I went once to the doctor because I sort of have a blood clot in a very young age. I often travel from Denmark to Germany for 6 to 8 hours by car and then work 10 to 12 hours, and often ended up in my hotel room in bed with a pot of coffee with white bread and a cigarette, and then slept maybe 5 to 6 hours. I live unhealthy on all levels: little exercise, poor diet, poor sleep, prolonged stress, and a lot of coffee and cigarettes. And the foundation after many years with these lifestyles was laid for things to go completely wrong. In the late 90s, I started my own one-man company as a consultant and worked a lot for the pharmaceutical world. In the early 2000s, I was hospitalized with my first intestinal bleeding. I knew at that time I had to change my lifestyle and begin a very painful journey. And even with many life changes, I just get worse and worse. Over the next 20 years, I underwent major changes on all levels and changed habits almost every year, often in connection with a retreat either in Denmark or abroad, where I work holistically with myself over the last 20 years. I think I have probably spent more money on treatment and changes equivalent to price of a small house. I gave up alcohol, dairy, tobacco, sugar, gluten, became a vegetarian, and later on I also gave up coffee and call myself today a plant eater, and I live as healthy as I can according to my conviction and my knowledge, and it's changed all the time. I cook almost everything at home from scratch, getting the exercise my body can handle, looking after my bed, and for the first time my health is a full-time job. I was hospitalized many times with bleeding, and not so many years ago I was in intensive care and received 4 liters of blood, more than 1 gallon, and just wanted to leave my physical body at that time, but was told by my spiritual helpers it was not the right time. At one point I felt my body was completely breaking down. My gum was bleeding every day. I was bleeding from my intestines. I could barely move, could sleep 20 hours a day and had pain in all joints, scalp, lungs, kidneys and more. I could spend an hour in the morning putting on some of my clothes, and after breakfast I was completely exhausted. For several years I spent most of the 24 hours of a day lying on my back, indescribably tired and barely able to take care of myself. I pray every day that I would be allowed to leave my body or get well. I didn't think it was possible to experience so much pain. Today I have titanium in my shoulder and hip, was diagnosed with kidney stones, osteoporosis, rheumatoid arthritis, osteoarthritis, and lungs filled with scar tissues, and more. In 2004, when I discovered spiritual science and finally understood everything I knew and sensed as a child was correct and logical. The universe is logic and loving. God is all there is and is unconditional love. The keynote of the universe is love. No matter how dark it looks, there's always light in the darkness. I know today that pain and suffering have involved me in a more human, more loving direction, and now fills me with great gratitude even for the smallest things. Spiritual science came to me at a time when I thought I was going to die, as I was morbidly stressed and very affected physically and mentally. Despite this, it was revelation to have access to this amazing knowledge, and even written in Danish. I'm eternally grateful and will probably spend several lifetimes studying this comprehensive science, written on probably over 10,000 pages, about everything you cannot measure and weigh. However, even this knowledge did not give me the feeling of belonging on this planet. This came in 2023. In April at that year, I heard about QHS and LWS and immediately knew I belonged there. And this was the first time in my life I felt at home. The keynote is, here everything is frequency. It was indescribably great to hear and feel. I have never been in a place where such a holistic lifestyle is taught almost every day together with a lot of unique people. And this amazing technology, both to help the body to heal and other technologies that will change the world completely, which I have been waiting for many years. I received my first QT wave on October 23 and later on 2 more. This white angel, as I sometimes call the QT wave device, together with my holistic lifestyle, QHS incredible comprehensive teaching, and an indescribable gratitude for feeling at home gave me a huge motivation. I have already received huge improvement and look forward to much more. After my do-over, after QWOC, I will be healthy and stronger than ever. And it cannot be described in words, but can only be experienced, and I'm extremely excited. I believe this is necessary if I aim to fulfill my role as humanitarian, which I feel in all my cells is why I'm here right now. Just the sort of being able to use my hands again, walk barefoot, inside and out is a blessing. Being able to dance salsa, run, jump, see without glasses, play squash, travel, experience with a free and mobile body, wake up in the morning full of energy and ready for another day, with the desires of my heart can be fulfilled without physical or mental hindrance, is indescribably great and almost beyond comprehension. I want to be benefit of and joy to everyone who wants it, help spread healing to everyone, and help build what I call the real human kingdom, or the golden age. Thanks to QHS, Cynthia, Dr. Alfredo, Wade, the amazing QHS Dream Team, and everyone in QHS, my new global family. Let us now become what we are all, one. Everything is energy vibrating with frequency. Love and blessing to all. See you on the other side.
Join us on the prequel, where every story matters and every voice is heard. Because here at QHS, we're all about healing, learning, and growing together.